Have you ever wondered what it's like to be light skinned or dark skinned in other parts of the world? Have you ever asked yourself, I wonder what the dark skinned experience is in Africa? Or have you wondered what the light skin in Africa feels like? What is it like to be light skinned versus dark skin in Africa? If you're interested in this information, stay tuned. Hello everybody, it's Kadzo and thank you for watching. Remember, if you're new to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe and click like. Go ahead and subscribe, hit like if you enjoy videos like this. And it's interesting because one of my friends actually asked me this after watching my videos, my Ancestry videos. So she was just curious because we're talking about all these issues about Africa versus what life is like in the United States and in the Western world in general. And then she asked me, she's like, Kadzo, could you do a video about the light skin versus dark skin in Africa? How is it? And I think this is actually similar to the video that I did about mixed race in Africa versus the US, which is also in my channel as well. So hopefully you can watch that video and I'll put it up here so that you can link to it as well. But without further ado, I'm actually going to get right to it so that you can really understand the perceptions of light skin versus dark skin in Africa. And so the first thing I'll address when it comes to light skin experience versus darker skin experience in Africa is that we generally, guys, we never have that terminology that says, well, you're pretty for a dark girl. In the West, there's a lot of that, which is very confusing for a lot of Africans because we grow up in Africa where predominantly everybody's Black, it's just something that a lot of African men in Africa who are born and raised and live there, they traditionally don't say that. And I think the biggest reason why that is because we have three groupings in Africa, groupings of people. And these are the majority groupings: the Bantus, the Nilots, and the Kushites. And so there's just that blending and people are just who they are. And so it's interesting. I would say that would be the biggest difference. You never walk into a situation where you're necessarily always perceived or given that comment of, man, you're pretty for dark skinned. The second thing I'll talk about light skin versus dark skinned in Africa versus the US is that, and I will be very honest with you, light skin is generally preferred. It is kind of like the preference of sorts. Like the men would like, a lighter skinned African woman. But here's what's interesting. Us darker skinned women have never suffered in Africa because of it. Never had, that issue of where, it's kind of like being pushed aside. And it's a very powerful observation. But I was thinking, it's very interesting because, the other day I was like, I wonder why it's like that in the United States. Well, I'm thinking, and you can tell me in the comments if you agree with me, I'm thinking it's because in Africa, it takes 3 United States to fill up Africa. So we have a lot of Black brothers. I mean, when I'm telling you, we got Tay Diggs, Morris Chestnuts walking everywhere. We got Tay Diggs working in the store, Tay Diggs working in the shop, Tay Diggs who's a doctor. I mean, we got them everywhere. So I'm thinking it could be just because Black men are in plenty. We got a lot of Black men. And so there isn't necessarily this kind of shortage per se. And so I haven't really seen a situation where darker skinned women are actually put aside or marginalized in any way, as much as there are snippets of it in the West, where in the light skin versus dark skin, it's almost as if the dark skin is not preferred. The third thing I will share about light skin in Africa versus dark skin and in the United States, light skin versus dark skin, is that this is actually really interesting because here the stones are turned a little bit. A lot of African women who are darker skinned bleach. I mean, guys, when I tell you that there's bleaching creams in products and sometimes you don't even realize it, there's a lot of bleaching going on. And we're talking about, bleaching that makes you not necessarily like a light skin, but just kind of even gets you a shade lighter. It's very interesting observing that. And to be honest, I haven't seen a lot of skin bleaching in the United States. And so I would say that would be the biggest difference there, is that there's a lot of women who, in their products, try to kind of use that. And I think that is damaging. There's a lot of campaigns in Africa about, educating women that that's not the way to go. And there's a lot of support from the men as well, who, again, like I said, the men, choose, pick, and marry who they want and who they prefer. But I will say this, there is one biggest observation that I have made as an African with the whole issue of light skin versus dark skin. And here it is. It doesn't matter if you have lighter skin. If you don't have class, if you don't have education, then the men are not necessarily going to be that interested in you. Or they'll date you, but it's not going to be serious, and things like that. So women, high value women who are cultured, the woman who is considered the woman that you take home, the woman who's best. It's not necessarily whether they're light skinned or dark skinned, but it is the education, class, behavior, and how you carry yourself as a woman. And so, folks, thank you for watching. Again, I love doing these topics. I love videos like this. I'm so glad that you asked me to cover this topic. And like I said, if you're new to my channel or watching me for the first time, please go ahead and subscribe and click like. Go ahead and do it. Subscribe and hit like. And let me know if you enjoy videos like this. Again, thank you for watching. And remember, when you gain an inner sense of self, then your whole life purpose comes to fruition. Always remember that. Until my next Ancestry video. Bye.